Spider-Man Season 4, it's a mixed bag. Hello, welcome to Just My Thoughts. I'm your host, Khaleel Ward. On this episode, I'll be talking about Spider-Man, the animated series, Season 4. It's 11 episodes. The theme this time around is Partners in Danger. So it's a bunch of different partners showing up and doing things. The opening episode it's kind of whack. It's Robbie being framed for something. But we then get Doc Ock and Kingpin working together, and they're trying to get the cat. And the cat is Black Cat's father. He ended up memorizing the secret soldier formula that made Captain America. He thought he was working for the Americans at the time. He realized he was working for the wrong side, and he never told anyone until his daughter gets kidnapped, Felicia Hardy, and the Kingpin is like, yo, you gonna tell us it or not? Or we're gonna, kill your family. So he gives up the formula, gives it to her. She becomes the Black Cat. And of course, they're like, yo, we want you to do this and this. And she starts doing it, runs into Spider-Man. And throughout the season, they are like partners. They are flirting together. They are fighting each other. And Spidey is like, man, I wonder if I could have a chance with this one. It's like go back and forth. That's like a underlying theme this time around. But the Black Cat is really cool. Just seeing her being able to turn off her abilities and turn it back on. I thought that was a nice touch. And when she was fighting with Spider-Man, she was going toe to toe with him. But they work well together. You have Kraven returning again. This time he's hunting what is called the Stalker. I'm not going to tell you what happens in that one, but it's a one-off. And Kraven is straight because, I don't know, he gets in the zone. It's like he could take on anybody. And Spider-Man be like, oh, wait, let's talk. And Kraven just be taking him out, Black Cat out. You have baby Silvermane returning. Last time he got young and turned into a baby, but he's like still in charge and being taking care of his daughter. And that's where like the season is, like I said, a mixed bag. It picks up with the return of Morbius because Deborah has this bright idea to bring Morbius back to the city because Morbius at the end of last season flew away and went into a cave to sleep because that's what bats do. And Deborah's like, nah, let's bring him back to the city. We can save him. And of course, Morbius comes back out and it's like, okay, it's time to eat and hurt people again. Then we get the Vampire Queen, Blade returning. The Vampire Queen wants Morbius to turn everybody into vampires, but he's like, no. And then the Black Cat is in love with Morbius. So she's like, we got to help him. And Spider-Man is like all confused. Like, what? I thought I had a chance. Now you into Morbius and you want to help Morbius? What? I'm losing again. And it was cool seeing Blade again. Morbius was bigger. He felt, he looked a little different. But I was like, all right, that's cool. And it's a lot of callbacks in this particular season. So then we get a new Green Goblin. It happens to be Harry. And Harry finds out who Spider-Man is. And then the Punisher returns because the Punisher was here last time when Spider-Man was turning into a human spider or whatever. And the Punisher thinks Peter Parker is the Green Goblin. So it was like a misunderstanding. He's like hunting Parker and tracking him down. And, they go back and forth. And through all this chaos, somehow Mary Jane returns. And everybody's just like, all right, cool. Where were you? Nobody knows. But all right. Thank you. We glad to have you back. And Peter Parker's like, oh my God, let's get married. She's like, what? And he's like, yeah, let's get married. I'm Spider-Man. And she's like, oh my God, I had no idea. But it's like a twist because Mysterio shows up again. Like I said, a lot of callbacks in this particular show, in this particular season. And then it's some confusion and everything about what Mysterio's there for. And he's kind of like a hero in a sense this time around. And then the season goes off the rails a little bit. You have an episode with these lizard people coming to get the lizard. They're like, hey, you're our father. Lead us. We're going to turn everybody into lizards. This very weird episode. And I was just like, I kind of remember this. It's not great. It's not great. And then they try to make it up and they're like, hey, here's the Prowler. And that episode is like, it's kind of like Spider-Man is like, the guy's like, yeah, Spider-Man, you did this to me. And Spider-Man's like, who are you again? Like, you're not that important. capture criminals all the time. But Kingpin again is involved in that episode, and it was shaky. Like they kind of like X-Men the animated series was getting a little shaky by season 4. This show a little shaky by season 4. I'm looking forward to finishing the show season 5. But Spider-Man the animated series season 4 it's not as good as like the first 2 seasons. It's not really cooking. It's bringing a lot of things back. Black Cat is the best thing that happens in this season. I wish there was more of her, but she goes off with Morbius because that's her homie. But Spider-Man animated series season 4. If you watched it, if you remember it, let me know what you thought about it. What were some of the highlights? Again, my highlight is seeing the Black Cat and getting introduced to her. My low is the lizard people kidnapping the lizard. I was like, this is pointless, dumb. But those are just my thoughts. Let me know what you thought about it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Deuces.